Checkmark live is back. The uptime of the session continued. WW Williams 23 is now live. Streaming NBA 2K26, NBA 2K26 PS5, live stream 1 part 3.
You ready, MP? You gotta play the game of your life tonight just for us to even have a chance.
Yo, I know I cooked you last time we played J Moore, but that's Nike's EYBL Select out there. If we're not all on point, they're gonna take turns dogging us. It ain't just on me tonight.
Yeah, but you're checking ice. Dude's a future lotto pick, man. I'm nice and all, but he's on a different level.
Hey, yo, I'm not scared of anybody I'm matched up against.
Oh, yeah? Then why were you wearing street clothes when we played you guys? Disciplinary reasons? That's mad fishy, bro.
Yo, I know you're not talking. You lucky you didn't have to guard me.
If you say so.
Okay, since y'all all highly regarded, why don't y'all tell me what's so special about Tyson Ice McCall? Hey, I'm serious. Put that high basketball IQ to use and help me help us.
He is a bucket, okay? I threat him everywhere. You can't give him any daylight.
He's a machine, bro. You can wait for him to make a mistake, but he never does. He's fundamentally sound.
And dude goes crazy in the clutch. GOAT mode stuff. That's why they call him Ice.
Casual. Lethal. I was at Steph Curry's camp with him last year. He had that aura about him. It's obvious he's gonna be a pro.
This game's gonna have a lot of eyes on it. You got Slam out there, overtime, scouts from everywhere. But Ice isn't the only monster on that team.
Fact.
Which means we've got a chance to do something special. Tyson's got a lot going for him. I don't care. He's 19th in the country. I get that. But he's never beat me. And they've never matched up against us. Everyone in this locker room, and I mean everyone, has worked like crazy to get here. Which means we've got talent too. So let's go out there and show those EYBL dudes why we were chosen to play this game. If you want me to kill a monster, then I'm going for the head. So if you trust me to take on Ice, then I'll trust you to handle the rest. Bring it in on me.
Let's go.
All for one on 3. 1, 2, 3. All for one! Hey, Tyson. What's up, bro? I mean, it's finally good to meet you, and I want to tell you seriously, I really relate to your story.
MP, right?
Right.
How'd you make this team?
What you mean?
Usually your league sends their best players to get clowned by us. Then there's you. I don't get it.
Okay, see, that type of disrespect, why you capping like you don't know about me yet?
Oh, I know who you are. You're Dion's little pet. He got bored working with blue chippers, plucked you out of nowhere, then you had a hot few weeks, so you start feeling yourself. Here's the thing, though. I know that you know that this ain't real. I know that you're scared that one day soon the shots are gonna stop falling. You don't belong here, MP. You belong back home, slinging breakfast to townies. And after this game, when you choke in front of all those scouts, that's exactly where you're going.
Good evening and welcome to this 2K presentation of the EYBL Showcase. I'm Joe Lamy with Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo, and we've got a pair of loaded all-star rosters representing the best club basketball players from the West Coast Basketball League and the Nike Elite Youth Basketball League.
And if you've seen these kids play before, you know exactly how talented they are. We're watching the future of basketball on the court today.
And when it comes to the top talent, Drake, names like Ice McCall and MP jump right out at you.
Those two are some of the more well-known names on the list, but you can look up and down these rosters right here. Any of these kids could be stars. The EYBL is the consensus top league, but there is talent on both of these rosters.
Well, what a great celebration of the club leagues. The best from the WCBL getting to face the stars of the EYBL. What more can you ask for?
Out there for the Nike EYBL All-Stars, Joey Johnson and Tyson Ice McCall run the show. Bryant Cologne and Drew Robinson look to make things happen out on the wings, and Al Prachumsi lurks in the paint. And looking at the starting lineup for the WCBL All-Stars, it's Devontae Mills and MP in the backcourt. The 3-and-D specialist Drexel Carrington joins Brandon Harris in the forward position, with Miles Thunderstone holding things down at center.
Got to give Harris credit for getting after it on the glass. He earned that second chance bucket.
McCall with the ball. Guarded now by Williams. And out of bounds, the West All-Stars will take it. And the players on the floor, obviously the best of the best for their age group.
And there's a high likelihood that at least one major star is coming out of here, maybe even more. There's just so much talent on the floor. It's sure going to be fun to watch them show off here tonight.
And the big name for the Nike EYBL team is Ice McCall, currently ranked 19th in the nation on the 2K U250, and for good reason.
Rarely melts down. McCall is a terrific shooter, and he can also create for others. He gives you whatever you want on the offensive end and can create as well as anyone else in his class. Ice is the guy to watch.
That's a solid possession by Cologne. He spaces the floor and keeps the defense honest.
Outside Carrington, pass to Williams. And there's the whistle for the illegal screen.
And there's no way you can consider that a valid screen.
Nothing about that was legal. The refs will let you get away with a little lean or shuffling of the feet.
And the tip goes to the WCBL All-Stars.
Well, what a great celebration of the club leagues. The best from the WCBL, getting to face the stars of the EYBL. What more can you ask for? Defensively, this is a guy you have to account for on the perimeter.
Out there for the Nike EYBL All-Stars, Joey Johnson and Tyson Ice McCall run the show. Bryant Cologne and Drew Robinson look to make things happen out on the wings, and Al Prachumsky lurks in the paint. And looking at the starting lineup for the WCBL All-Stars, it's Devontae Mills and MP in the backcourt. The 3-and-D specialist Drexel Carrington joins Brandon Harris at the forward position, with Miles Thunderstone holding things down at center. And here's the EYBL. It's a 5-point game. And the players on the floor, obviously the best of the best for their age group.
And there's a high likelihood that at least one major star is coming out of here, maybe even more. There's just so much talent on the floor. It's sure going to be fun to watch them show off here tonight.
And the big name for the Nike EYBL team is Ice McCall, currently ranked 19th in the nation on the 2K U250, and for good reason.
Rarely melts down. McCall is a terrific shooter, and he can also create for others. He gives you whatever you want on the offensive end and can create as well as anyone else in his class. Ice is the guy to watch.
Cologne on the outside. McCall. And nothing is falling for them right now. Inside. And the dunk by MP.
And no doubt about it, folks. This is exactly the way they wanted to start the game.
Well, they've been doing it on both ends, converting chances and challenging shooters.
Here's the EYBL All-Stars with the ball. Kicks it to Johnson. McCall, defended by Williams. Launches a three. And so it looks like EYBL All-Stars will retain possession here. Pass to Cologne. And this game has a bit of a different feel than other All-Star games.
Well, every one of these kids wants to show that they're the best. So that means there's going to be a lot of effort being put in on both sides of the floor. Their offense has been on an absolute tear. They're simply overpowering the opposition and taking this game right now.
100%. We'll see if they can manage to keep this up.
Now here's McCall. Cologne. He's covered by Carrington. 5 on the clock. McCall from long range. Tyson McCall with another miss. They've been getting it done at both ends during this run.
Yeah, it's tough to say where they've been better.
Here's Stone. And again, the West All-Stars score.
And playing aggressive inside has paid off big, building a healthy lead.
The defense hasn't been able to mount a resistance. They're just getting trampled.
Now here's Cologne. McCall for three. Rebounded by Stone. You look at the roster of these teams, one thing that jumps out at you is the wide range of places these kids are from. You've got guys from all over the country, from major cities and rural towns that you've never even heard of.
It's one of the great things about basketball. Talent can be found anywhere in the basketball world. And this game is a great reminder of just that.
Offense and defense have really come together for them, helping to strengthen this lead.
They've taken absolute control of the action. Other team needs to get something going if they want to stay in this thing. And McCall, he's so poised and close. You can't allow him to get comfortable like this.
Pass to Williams. Here's the three. Good. And that assist goes to Mills.
And that's what's built them this early lead. Killer shooting from beyond the arc.
And the D needs to recognize that. Get out there on those shooters. Pronto.
Now here's McCall. Now here's Johnson. Now guarded by Mills. Back to Johnson. Offensive board. Parchumsey can't hit it. The West in total control in this one. And he's going for the alley-oop. And it's finished off by Harris.
Oh, terrific job to go up and get that one. Nice hands. Harris with an agile move for a big fella.
Cologne on the outside. Johnson. McCall from long range. And Harris pulls down the rebound. And being named to one of these rosters is quite an achievement in of its own.
Yeah, we can't emphasize enough that this is the best of the best playing here. The Nike EYBL is the top circuit in the world. Everyone from there is a top prospect, and I'm sure that it'll be true for many of the players from the WCBL as well.
They really need to make an adjustment here.
Agreed. Nothing is working for them offensively. Time for a change.
Pass over to Robinson. Back to Parchumsey. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
That's the strategy. Give Parchumsey the ball and get out of the way. This big man knows what he needs to do inside.
Harrington outside. Yes, that one's good. Mills picking up the assist.
It's hard to believe he's in high school. The way he's moved the ball today has been tremendous.
I like the leadership and the effort to get the other guys going. And you see how much they appreciate it out there.
McCall, good.
I'll tell you what. He can do just about everything at the offensive end.
The West in total control in this one. And you look at that level of play and the upside for most of these players, this has been an especially gifted class that we're seeing here.
And you think back to some of the all-time great NBA draft classes, 84, 03. I mean, with all the talent we're seeing here, this class could be on those levels.
Now here's Johnson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in this game from him. Right block shot. Robinson's shot is off.
Well, it wasn't a block officially, but it might as well have been. He really affected that shot.
Yeah, it was clearly his defense that threw off the shot there.
Now here's Johnson, defended by Williams. Pass to Parchumsey. Johnson nails the three-pointer.
Nice assist by Parchumsey, hitting the right man in the right spot.
This could get even more out of hands if they continue to put up points.
And what a team performance it's been.
And here's MP on the outside. Another miss by MP. Here's the EYBL All-Stars with the ball. McCall outside. Kicks it to Johnson. Back to McCall. 6 on the shot clock. Parchumsey with the screen. And again, it's the EYBL with the trifecta.
So quick, so effective, and a nuisance from distance. Tyson McCall is an elite shooter already, and he's only getting better.
From deep, it's MP. 6 for 10 with that shot following. He's got a good one going.
And in just a blink, they answer back with a 3 of their own.
Mano a mano. It's partly a matter of pride right now.
McCall from long range. And again, it's the EYBL with the trifecta.
Another ice cube. That's what I'm calling his jumpers now. What do you think, Drake? Nearly automatic and lowering the temperature for his team, one shot at a time.
And he comes up with the deuce. And every time we see Carrington, he's found a way to add something to refine his game.
He does so much with his shooting and his defense that anything else he gives you is icing on the cake. But I love the work ethic he's shown to continue improving, and I'm interested in some cake after the game.
And it's McCall finishing it off.
Oh, wheeling that one in for two. Some ice in the veins of McCall. Pun intended.
Outside, it's Williams. Three-pointer. Yes, that one's good. Mills picking up the assist.
Their offense has been all about the long-range game.
Oh, obviously. You love the points, and you love how they stretch the defenders.
Now here's McCall. 12 points for him. Here's Stone. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Williams with the bucket.
Simply feeling it tonight. Most everything falling in.
And the EYBL All-Stars with possession here. Outside, it's Johnson. McCall for three. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. A dominating first half of play so far. It hasn't been close. It's the WCBL All-Stars running away with it, and we'll get you right back to the action on the other side of the break. Thanks for joining us as we start up the second half of this exciting matchup. The best talent on display here in this one. And so it's the EYBL with it. And what a special experience this game must be for these up-and-coming stars.
I hope they're able to just take it all in and enjoy everything involved in this game. Just being here is a huge accomplishment, regardless of the outcome. This is something that'll stick with them for the rest of their lives.
A nice shot there by Johnson.
He's not going to miss those very often, even from deep. So the D has to clamp down on him.
Williams, defended by McCall. And again, it's MP with the triple.
What a competitor. He's been looking for his shot all game long, and he's really shouldered the load for them offensively.
Johnson with the rock. He's got 6. Out to Cologne. Pass to Perchumsey. McCall. Try to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Down low. Harris. And Harris slams it home.
Yes, sir. Get up, Brandon Harris.
A challenging stretch for the EYBL in this one. Outside, it's Johnson. And yep, it's good.
Next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home.
Outside Carrington. Pass over to Stone. Shoots over Perchumsey. Stone misses.
He should save the fadeaway for when there's a defender on him next time.
And now Johnson. Now guarded by Mills. Returns it to McCall. Cologne for 3. No good. To the inside. Williams with the bucket.
He's the leading scorer in the game and has been the dominant figure today, no doubt.
And the EYBL All-Stars with possession here. McCall. Yes, and Johnson picks up the dime on that one.
Perfect feed. You can just see the connection they have on the court.
Outside, it's Williams. Off the mark there with the 3. McCall for 3. No good there. Now here's Williams. He's got 27. The kick to Carrington. The offensive rebound. On the wing, it's MP. And Robinson pulls it down. Now here's Cologne. Defense right there. Here's Perchumsey. Excellent D there from Miles Stone. So it's the West now. Carrington down low, working on Pachumsey, and they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Drexel Carrington for one.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
We look at a chance to talk about Carrington at the line. One of the few times he's not running, swiping, or just launching from deep. One of the top momentum prospects around, and he always is in motion.
Now here's Lack. The fader. Robinson's shot is off. And you look at the production of these two stars between MP and McCall, it's been all MP so far.
For all the hype we've heard about McCall's offensive ability, it's been MP putting on the show. He's come out of nowhere, and he's outshined one of the top recruits in his class.
The way that Jaden Moore can cut right through a defense, it's impressive.
Like a hot knife right through butter. Even when you think you've taken away a lane or an angle, Moore still finds a way. For you gamers out there, it's almost like he's glitching through the defense at times.
Johnson for three. And the rebound hauled in by Carrington. Here's McCall. Sinks that one from the post.
Terrific find. Everyone loves...
Outside, Moore. Up. Schrader. And the West All-Stars making a change here.
Substitution for West All-Stars. Timeout on the court.
Here's Dermonenko. Outside, Lack. Back to Dermonenko. Swings it to McCall. To the paint. Pachumsey knocks it down.
Sweet feed. Call me old school, but teams don't hammer it inside enough anymore.
Moore outside. Williams shoots over McCall. And the WCBL again with the bucket.
I know Moore is always looking for an open lane, but if he can't find it, he'll make a good pass.
Now here's McCall, defended by Williams. Lack shot is off.
I think that one could have easily fallen for him.
The D may have done just enough there.
Pass to Williams. Tries again. Here's Harris. Over to Dermonenko. A nice shot from Harris.
Gotta give Harris credit for getting after it on the glass. He earned that second chance bucket.
Now McCall. And here's Lack. Back to McCall. Out of bounds. It'll be WCBL ball. The WCBL calls timeout.
And Coach wants to make some changes right now. Try to gain more control over this one.
Along with Coach, I like the timeout. It's clear there's an opportunity to mix things up.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
Robinson, Brian Colon, Joey Jackson. Substitution for West All-Stars.
Pass to Williams. Over McCall. Williams with the bucket.
He makes quick work of that opportunity. The defense needs to plug those holes.
Cologne on the outside. Robinson. He's covered by Harris. Outside, it's Johnson. And again, it's the EYBL All-Stars missing the shot. Pass to Stone. Williams. There's the three. Knocks down the triple.
Boy, did he ever sell that pump fake well. That worked to absolute perfection.
Perchumpsy, right side. Over Stone. Perchumpsy knocks it down.
Terrific pass there, setting up his teammate well.
Outside Carrington. Williams, defended by McCall. Shoots the three. And again, it's MP finding the three.
The D's got to do a little better. That's a high percentage shot if they don't get right in his face.
Left side, it's Johnson. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer's offline. And here's the West All-Stars. Outside Carrington. Stone. Shoots over Perchumpsy. The rebound by Cologne.
Get the perimeter.
And the jam by Cologne.
Hey guys, he shrugged off the defense like, where is it? Cologne contributes 2 after contact.
Outside, it's Williams. The three is up. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You can't let someone of his skill go unbodied around the rim. Box him out. Get him away from the basket. He'll make...
Now here's Johnson. Pass to Cologne. McCall up top. Nifty move. And the foul is called as he misses. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. It's on Brandon Harris.
Want to get yourself to the line? Attack on the interior. Nice play by McCall.
And he makes the first.
Taking 2 shots.
And he makes both free throws.
A confident player who steps up in the biggest moments. Any coach would love to have McCall on their team.
Pass to Williams.
Come around.
Shot over McCall. And the WCBL again with the bucket.
Surging ahead at the right time.
Gaining some separation and putting it out of reach.
So MP and the rest of the West Coast All-Stars really showcasing their talent in the win tonight.
What an upset we just witnessed. Against a very talented group, MP was more than up for the challenge. I can't wait to see what the future holds in store for him. You have to think the MP's ceiling is sky high at this point.
Absolutely, Drake. And then for the EYBL All-Stars, a lot of talent, but not quite enough to get it done.
All right, we're here with MP. MP, big win for you guys as a WCBL All-Star stun. The EYBL Select in a massive upset. Talk about how'd you do it. How are you feeling now that it's over?
I'm just so proud of our guys. Everyone, you know, for most of us, this is our first time playing together, first time playing a game at this level, and everybody came out and handled their business and came together when we had to in order to beat what's a talented team over there. Unbelievable.
Okay. But the matchup everyone was talking about heading into tonight was you versus Tyson Ice McCall. Not only did you win, you came with the MVP of tonight. Was that your goal coming into tonight?
No, but yeah. I mean, I always try to win and do my best, and tonight I had to go through Ice to do that, and y'all know how good he is. I definitely wanted to put on a show tonight. I knew if we'd won, I'd get a lot of attention. You know what? I wanted an MVP. I did. I thought I could do it, and I did it. So, yeah, power of positive thinking and all of that.
Well, congrats, MP. Thank you for your time.
I really appreciate it.
Turning into a really exciting scene.
Well,
hey, there he is,
hey,
the man of the hour. Great game,
Good to see
MP.
you. Good
Great
to see
game,
you.
man.
Thanks. So do you think that made up for me being suspended?
Oh, well, it certainly can't hurt. I'll put it that way.
Okay, so what happens next?
Well, now, let me give me a few days to get all my ducks in a row. we want to wait for some colleges to maybe show interest who didn't show any before, or maybe some who already liked you want to come forward, some bigger offers or better roles. We also still want to see where you land on the final 250 of the year.
Right.
When I get a full picture, then we'll get together, go over your options. I just don't want to rush anything, you know.
Hey, that all sounds great to me.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, hey, listen, give me a few dates, I'll hit you up. Meantime, baby, you do you.
already did.
All right.
All right. Hey, what's good, Tyson? Hey, man, I've been meaning to ask you one last question. Like, why do they call you Ice? Is it because you freeze up in clutch situations? Because, I mean, you look shook out there.
Yeah. Congrats. Now you can watch me on TV and tell all the truckers at the diner you beat me once.
Ooh, nice sub. Hey, did you want some extra ham and mayonnaise mustard with that?
I would say I'll get you next time, but we're never gonna play again. You don't have a future in this, MP.
Right. Come here. Yeah. Look at that scoreboard. I mean, your jaws must be, like, killing you. Because I don't understand how you're talking right now.
Okay. I really hope you enjoy your shining moment.
Yeah.
But this is as good as it's gonna get for you, MP.
Oh, but it's so good.
Okay.
Okay. Look, I'm a big believer in ripping the Band-Aid off, so I'm going to get right to it. The play next year is Europe. That's your path to the NBA.
Wait, you're not kidding. Europe?
Mm-hmm.
No. The play is college. It's always been college.
Plans change, MP.
No, I did everything. Everything I was supposed to. I'm ranked. I have scholarships. Why are we changing the plan now?
Listen. You did an amazing job these past few months. But the problem is that you came into the game too late. You have too much ground to make up for, and you can't do that in college, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Mr. Kelly. I'm starting to wonder if you should be my agent.
All right. Can I make my case?
The floor is all yours.
Okay. You can answer questions in Europe that you can't answer in college. Questions that NBA GMs need answers to if they're going to draft you. And most importantly, you can answer them next year. College is at minimum a 2-year plan. You've got too many established players ahead of you to hit as a freshman, and every year you don't get drafted, your odds of getting drafted plummet.
Okay. I want to see what you see. So, walk me through it.
The biggest question facing 80% of players entering the draft is whether they have an NBA body. You go to Europe, play against grown men, you've answered that question.
Still not seeing it. What else you got?
You can prove you don't have character issues.
Man, I was late to one game.
And got suspended for the biggest game of the only season you have played in competitive club league ball. It's not fair, but it's out there. You go to Europe, you can prove that you play with a professional work ethic, and now you've answered another question, a big one.
Okay, so I'm behind. How do I make up all this ground?
In Europe, you'll devote every waking minute to basketball while your peers are back home sweating out midterms. That's a huge advantage. And not for nothing, but the salary in Europe is way better than any NIL you're
The
gonna...
only money I care about is the NBA money. I'm not trying to fumble that bag because the NIL isn't good enough.
I make a percentage of your salary, MP. I'd be a fool to do anything that jeopardizes your NBA career.
That's a good point. I have nothing.
Look, we live in a world with Wemby, Luka, and Giannis. Scouts know how to evaluate what you're doing overseas. And by the way, you wouldn't be the first American to do this either. Ask LaMelo if he regrets skipping college.
Do I have any offers?
2 of them. I wouldn't bring this to you on a whim. The first one is from Basket Madrid in the Spanish National Champions League, the most competitive league in Europe. If you thrive over there, you are guaranteed to get drafted.
Okay, so what's the other one?
Paris FC Basket in the French Basketball Super League. They got a lot of first-round prospects this year. Outplaying them will cement your spot on any GM's draft board.
I'm not gonna hold you. I like how those sound.
Plus, I'm hiring a professional videographer to chronicle it all, so GMs will see everything you do. Look, I know it's not what you pictured, but if you're honest with yourself, I think you'll know it's the right move.
When you're saying all of that, it makes sense in my mind. But, not gonna lie, it doesn't feel great.
Well, it'll feel a lot better when you hear your name called on draft night.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm in. I just hope you know what you're talking about, Mr. Kelly.
Well, what's it going to be? France or Spain?
Let's see. Bonjour, it's me, MP, and I'm coming to you live from France. And this is the very first episode of Out of Bounds, the web series that takes you behind the scenes of my basketball journey. And helping me film these videos is my main man, Xander Jones, our in-house filmmaker. Xander, come talk to the people.
Hey, I'm Xander. I'll be helping out MP with his social media content.
All right, get out of here. But Xander, you got any questions for your boy?
Yeah, how are you adjusting to life in France so far?
Woo, man, listen, I just got here yesterday. So I've basically unpacked my clothes, and that's it.
That's fair. When did you start hooping?
I'm actually about to head to the gym for my first practice with Paris FC Basket. I'm gonna meet my teammates, my coaches, and I'm just really looking forward to it all.
All right, after you settle in, what are you looking forward to the most about living in France?
I know it, but whatever. The food. My dad's an amazing chef, and he gave me this whole list of stuff I gotta try.
All right, well, what's on it?
Man, this thing is in categories, bro. I barely know how to say this stuff, but we got beef bourguignon, coq au vin, ratatouille, and cassoulet. He's got, like, 75 cheeses on the list and all kinds of breads.
Man, that sounds like a serious list.
Oh, yeah, my dad does not play when it comes to his food. But that all comes later, because I came here to prove myself against the best NBA prospects in France, and everything takes a backseat to that goal.
Bet that. Sounds like you're in for some exciting times out here.
And you're all along for the ride with me, so can't wait. Are we done? Yeah.
Yeah, you know, when I think we have enough, I'll give you a cut signal. I'll just straight up say we're good.
Oh, right. You said that before. My bad.
Nah, bro, look, don't sweat it. You know, you're doing great, bro. Your personality is really coming through, and that's what's gonna hook people. They'll come for the basketball, but they want to get to know you as a person. So,
luckily, I'm a yapper, so.
I could definitely see that. You got any plans for after practice?
Rest and recovery, really. I got my first game coming up in a couple of days, so I'm like, I gotta be ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And go! Let's move! Let's move! Full speed! Full speed! Come on! Let's go!
I got Bucky that time.
Cheaters never win.
No, I got him. Hey, is all the practices this intense?
The first part, yes. Then we do more plays and things of that nature. Then more conditioning. Then more plays. It keeps going on and on like this.
Man, I gotta tell you something. Back home, captains usually come a bit more serious, but I like you. You're funny.
This is not a joke. We have to have peak fitness to compete. Like football.
Let's huddle up! Let's go! Let's go!
I understand.
This is professional life. We make practice difficult so that the games are easy.
Fourth quarter's winning time, boys. But it's also when you're the most exhausted. To win, we gotta be the fittest team on the court. All right, so we're gonna do a scrimmage that simulates late game exhaustion. Short shot clock, full court, all out hustle. I want you moving faster than Busta Rhymes raps, all right? Let's go, let's go!
Hey, Cap, does Coach know Busta Rhymes or something?
No.
Weird.
Get the ball, put it back, put it back! That's all you! I got it! Hey, yo, right here! Pick! D up on it, man. Conditioning is not optional, people. All right? Okay. We're going to work on sideline out-of-bounds plays and staple of late-game offense. These have to be executed to perfection to be successful, which is especially hard when you're tired. First play is called Cypress. What we're trying to do is spring Pierre for a 3, and there are 3 members of Cypress Hill, so that should be easy to remember. Insane in the membrane. Anyone?
Insane in the brain.
Bogey gets it. See? He gets it. All right. What we're trying to do is get Pierre an open look for a corner 3. And P, you got to set a hard screen. If your man blows past you, we're cooked. Got it?
Oui, coach. I got you.
You got it? Okay, good. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Move it. Move it, MP. Get to your spot now. Come on. Play tough. Play tough. Ah, God. You're not in high school anymore, MP. You got to play tough here. Let's go. Bang that. Bang that.
Cap, was that dude raised by a pack of wolves?
What do you mean by this?
I mean, it feels like a pack of animals just ran through me.
He's a good guy to have on your side. Doesn't talk much, but loyal.
To you, maybe.
We need to know these plays backwards and forwards, MP. You're not Dr. Dre. We're not going to wait 16 years for you to release Compton.
What you mean, Coach?
You need to move quickly, without hesitation, like Lil Wayne releasing his mixtapes at his peak.
Better.
Okay, good. Let's do it.
Coach Graves makes confusing hip-hop metaphors from 30 years ago.
Does he know that, though?
I don't think so.
Let's line them up!
All right, first game coming up later today. Walk us through it, MP.
Ooh, okay, we're taking on Nanterre. I hope I said that right. But, it's led by Benoit Lambert, a projected second-rounder. He's a stretch big who can knock it down from outside.
I feel you. All right, well, obviously you're looking to win this game, but as someone with an eye on the NBA draft, how does that affect your approach?
My approach never changes. I compete as hard as I can, and I play to win. But when you go up against another draft prospect, you have an opportunity. You know, you gotta give the scouts a one-to-one comparison. So, if I'm outplaying this guy on the same court, in the same game, and he's projected to go second round, what does that make me?
Makes sense. How has practice been so far?
Tough. These guys really get after it in scrimmages, but it's gonna make me a complete player. Someone any NBA team could use.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think we got what we need.
Nice. Look, I'm not gonna complain on tape, but bro, these practices are killing me. Oh, God, these Euro dudes, I don't get it. They love to hack, and somehow the conditioning programs are even crazier.
Yeah, I'm about to say, man, you do look a little rough. You feeling all right?
I'm a little beat up, to be honest with you, and I'm extremely sore, but I gotta find a way to push through it.
Yes, sir. It's just an adjustment. You be all right?
Yeah. Just, you know, this kind of stuff, just make sure we keep it off the socials, all right?
No, of course, man. We in this together. We only gonna show the world what you want them to see.
Yeah. That's good.
What's
Xander,
up?
I need help up.
I got you.
Yep.
Oh! Yes, sir.
Gosh. A city with tremendous history and a love for basketball. We are live in Paris. Good evening and welcome. We have FBSL action coming your way here on 2K Sports. Nanterre versus Paris. I'm Blake Zuniga, joined by Tim Swartz and Brian Benefitemi. We should have a fun one here.
The FBSL season is young, and so is the talent here in Paris. I'm excited to see how Benoit Lambert looks this year, as well as the newcomer, MP.
MP, the latest American to jump over and join Paris FC's roster, and not an easy transition, fellas.
No, not at all, Blake, but this is the path MP chose. And we'll find out very quickly how he stacks up against some of the best young talents that France has to offer. Great talent on the floor in this one. The big name has to be Benoit Lambert, really a guy that could play in the NBA one day.
Dumont with it. Williams from long range. It's rebounded by Marks. Marshall outside. Shoots over Williams. And it's Marshall getting it to go. Well, we don't know if Lambert has any intention to head over the pond to play in the United States, but the skill is certainly there.
Well, he's so young, but already has a claim as one of the best shooters in all of Europe. Very easy release, can hit shots with a hand in his face. He's the star on this Nanterre team, and he's got a bright future.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
Out to Peltier. Screen by Lambert.
To the paint. One up, one down. And he makes
takes his first shot of this game. And without a doubt, the star of this Nanterre Elite team is Benoit Lambert. He can shoot the lights out, fellas.
And we've talked about Lambert's shooting, but he has a polish to his game that you rarely see from players this young. It's a big reason why scouts are so excited to see him develop.
Pass to Lambert. Here's Marks. Marshall outside. Here's Lambert.
Sadirko defending. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
The shot by Lambert, no good. Now Paris FC basket with it. Now here's Ahern.
Pass to Williams. Here's the 3.
It's rebounded by Marks. Now here's Lambert. Guarded by Dumont. Double team on Lambert. Marks. Here's Beltier. And Elitch pulls it down. And here we see the debut of MP, a guy who made his way over from Vermont in the United States.
Yeah, I'm really interested to watch MP. He's looking to...
And it's Paris FC basket to start out.
And a lot of great talents on the floor in this one. But the big man has to be Benoit Lambert, really a guy that could play in the NBA one day.
And the 3 ball is good.
As MP continues to develop, he just becomes more consistent from deep.
Here's Beltier. Chauvet.
Pulls up from the top of the key. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
Well, we don't know if Lambert has any intention to head over the pond to play in the United States, but the skill is certainly there.
Well, he's so young, but already has a claim as one of the best shooters in all of Europe. Very easy release, can hit shots with a hand in his face. He's the star on this Nanterre team, and he's got a bright future.
Now here's Lambert. Marks with the ball. Picked up by Ahern. Shot is off by Marshall.
Outside Williams. To the inside.
And stolen by Chauvet. And here we see the debut of MP, a guy who made his way over from Vermont in the United States.
Yeah, I'm more interested to watch MP. He's looking to try and carve out a path to becoming a professional player, either here in Europe or back in the NBA. His agent urged him to come to France and develop his game. When we talk to scouts, GMs, people in the NBA, it's almost a certainty Lambert will be playing in North America soon. Most projections, most people we talk to have him going probably early in the second round.
Now here's Marks. Pass to Chauvet.
The 3. The shot misses.
Right by Ahern.
Sadirko, good.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Now about 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter.
Outside Chauvet. Marshall outside. Lambert.
Sadirko defending.
Three-pointer Chauvet.
Gets it to go from downtown.
You know, one thing for a lot of these young players, this is the first time they're going up against grown men.
The level of strength is something you cannot prepare for. When you face off against players that do this for a living, it's a little bit different than in youth programs.
Beltier outside. It's hauled in by Paris.
Williams.
Chauvet covering.
They get a hand on it. Sadirko.
Good D from Lambert. Nanterre in the lead. Marchand with it. Elitch picks him up.
To the middle. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Paris FC basket to start out.
And a lot of great talents on the floor in this one. But the big name has to be Benoit Lambert, really a guy that could play in the NBA one day.
Now here's Dumal. Back to Williams.
Beyond the arc.
That's this.
Well, hey, MP can make that shot, especially when you allow him time and space to get comfortable.
Pass to Peltier.
Releases from 15.
Harris grabs the miss. Well, we don't know if Lambert has any intention to head over the pond to play in the United States, but the skill is certainly there.
Well, he's so young, but already has the claim as one of the best shooters in all of Europe. Very easy release, can hit shots with a hand in his face. He's the star on this Nanterre team, and he's got a bright future.
And that one's good. Marks.
Mark says, hey, I can do it too. How about that three of his own?
Outside Elich. Pass to Williams. And here's Dumal. Back to Williams.
Goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Something that's interesting, you kind of think about it, the fitness level of these players, the professional level, it's something else. You don't realize how demanding the game is until you're here.
Everything is faster, and you have to push your body to match it. For young guys like MP and these other prospects, that can be a very tough adjustment.
Zadirko. Oh, rejected by Lambert. Zadirko, good. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter.
And here's Marchand.
Down low.
Out to Peltier.
And he finishes nicely on the layup.
That's a nice job getting it done inside by Peltier. You know, I'd like to see a little more of that from him.
Pass to Williams. Here's Elich. Dumal. Here's Williams. He's started by Peltier.
Williams can't hit.
And so many of the prospects here in France dream of representing Les Bleus on the international stage.
The French national team is as great as it's ever been. You look around this league, and the level of prospects here and going into the NBA is as strong as any nation. Well, everybody knows that Lambert can do work outside, but what you might forget is he's got no trouble scoring inside as well.
Three-pointer Elich.
Buries the long-range jumper.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Outside Marks. Screen by Lambert. Now here's Marks.
Not a lot of room. 3 on the clock.
Three-pointer Chauvet. Some solid defense from Dumal. Harris with the lead.
Inside. Here's Williams.
And it's Peltier with the rebound. And here we see the debut of MP, a guy who made his way over from Vermont in the United States.
I'm real interested to watch MP. He's looking to try and carve out a path to becoming a professional player, either here in Europe or back in the NBA. His agent urged him to come to France and develop his game.
Zadirko, good.
Wow, Zadirko with 3 key words. Get off me.
To the middle.
Here's Lambert. And Lambert with the slam.
Oh, maestro. He is so good at making those lead passes.
Ahern outside. Outside Elich. Ahern. Pass to Dumal.
Out to the wing. Jacks up a 3.
Elich, no good. Here's Lambert.
Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line. The first one falls. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter.
And for the young players like MP joining this team, they're trying to find their role in the rotation.
It's not always easy, how to fit in here in Europe. It's a really high level of play. It's especially difficult for those like MP who come from overseas.
And here's Paris. 6-point game. Outside Williams. Harris the rebound. And the dunk by Gaffure.
That's his game, guys. Battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chances.
And crashing in hard. Man, oh man. He put an exclamation point on that dunk.
And that's the guy you want to box out.
Yeah, and that's the only way he knows how to do it, Blake. Hard. And soft just isn't in his vocabulary, even though I know it's in yours, Tim.
Whoa. Here's Ahern. One up, one down. And he makes his first shot of this game.
It's good to see Ahern being assertive inside. He's got a good sense for when he wants to score.
Pass to Peltier. Outside Trevay.
6 on the shot clock.
Over Ahern. And once again off the mark by Nanterre.
And the coach of this Paris FC team, Wayne Graves, worked his way through the ranks. He would spend some time as an assistant coach in the NBA before relocating to Europe.
No doubt. Graves is an American coach, and that shows up a bit in the sets he draws up. But at the end of the day, he's proved that he knows his X's and O's.
Here's Gerard.
Elich the block.
This is why these guys love the veteran Elich. He gives everything he's got, every possession.
3 minutes of action thus far in the second quarter. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by Williams. The putback.
Well, defensively, I mean, you've got to get a body on Zadirko and box him out. He's a very large dude out there.
Difficult situation here for Nanterre. Outside Marks.
And he's going for the alley-oop. And the jam by Marks.
Maybe that'll trigger them. It's possible not to get pumped after that, I would think.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up
and ready to go.
And rightfully so, right? I mean, that's what those alley-oops will do for a team.
Williams.
So off the tip, it's Nanterre.
A lot of great talent on the floor in this one. But the big name has to be Benoit Lambert, really a guy that could play in the NBA one day.
Even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Yeah, as a coach, you can't stand seeing him have that much space to get his shot off.
Here's Williams.
It's rebounded by Marks. Well, we don't know if Lambert has any intention to head over the pond to play in the United States, but the skill is certainly there.
Well, he's so young, but already has a claim as one of the best shooters in all of Europe. Very easy release, can hit shots with a hand in his face. He's the star on this Nanterre team, and he's got a bright future.
Outside Williams. Over Marks. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
Always nice to get the first lead of the game.
Yeah, relaxes the team a little bit when you're not having to play catch-up right away.
That's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him. Now, something that's interesting, you kind of think about, is the fitness level of these players, the professional level. It's something else. You don't realize how demanding the game is until you're here.
Everything is faster, and you have to push your body to match it. For young guys like MP and these other prospects, that can be a very tough adjustment.
Three-pointer Chauvet. Here's Lambert. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Using his size to his advantage. I like whenever Lambert crashes the board.
Outside Williams. Shoots the three. Brings it from beyond the arc.
He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the parent-teacher's club on that pump fake.
Pass to Lambert. Marks. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Williams from long range. Drains the three-pointer.
Well, hey, MP can make that shot, especially when you allow him time and space to get comfortable.
And here we see the debut of MP, a guy who made his way over from Vermont in the United States.
Yeah, I'm real interested to watch MP. He's looking to try and carve out a path to becoming a professional player, either here in Europe or back in the NBA. His agent urged him to come to France and develop his game.
And Nanterre has possession. Trailing by 4. Pass to Peltier. Harris grabs the miss. Now about 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And here's Dumal. Clock at 6. Chauvet with a defensive effort. Now here's Marks. He's closely guarded. Lambert's shot is good. And without a doubt, the star of this Nanterre elite team is Benoit Lambert. He can shoot the lights out, fellas.
And we've talked about Lambert's shooting, but he has a polish to his game that you rarely see from players this young. It's a big reason why scouts are so excited to see him develop.
Some tough offensive sets, and they really want to turn it around.
They got to lock in and need a basket just to regain some momentum.
Now here's Marchand.
Looking for his first basket still in this one.
Now here's Dumal. Pass to Elich. Williams. Followed by Marchand. Williams can't hit.
You're not doing your team any good forcing a shot like that.
Yeah, he's got to use his head. That was a terrible choice.
Low probability.
Now here's Peltier. Screened by Lambert. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Zadirka.
When we talk to scouts, GMs, people in the NBA, it's almost a certain Lambert will be playing the North American scene. Most projection.
Might have to take a rain check on that boxing game. Be honest with you. Back to more.
Most people we talk to have them going probably early in the second round.
Players like MP joining this team, they're trying to find their role in the rotation.
It's not always easy, how to fit in here in Europe. It's a really high level of play. And it's especially difficult for those like MP who come from overseas.
Well, at almost 7 feet tall, Lambert can certainly hammer it home, especially when he's given ideal position.
Williams can't hit. Nanterre trailing. Here's Bleu. Outside Chauvet. Over Portier. Chauvet missing. And it's Harris with the ball. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Williams. And off the glass. That one's good.
Athletic play from MP inside, getting around the traffic and finding a shot.
Pass to Girard. Here's Bleu. Hits it from 3-point range.
And the coach of this Paris FC team, Lane Graves, he worked his way through the ranks. He would spend some time as an assistant coach in the NBA before relocating to Europe.
No doubt. Graves is an American coach, and that shows up a bit in the sets he draws up. But at the end of the day, he's proved that he knows his X's and O's.
Out of bounds, it'll be Paris ball. Paris with the lead. Outside Illich.
Watches it.
Rebound by Nanterre. Outside Marks. Back to Lambert.
6 to shoot to the right side.
Three-pointer Chauvet.
A rebound by Williams.
He has slipped into a real funk here.
Definitely. The bucket is not looking very big to him at this point.
Nice move, and the layup is good.
Yeah, that's just incredible ball handling by MP, pushing the defender off balance to create space for himself.
Soft touch off the glass.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way. He's got all types of tricks up his sleeve.
And the foul on Marchand.
That's his first foul. Here's Williams.
Again, it's Paris.
That's 2 for MP, utilizing that in-between area. So smart out there.
Now Chauvet.
No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
Yeah, the great shooters, they know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice there.
Yeah, not very good defensive coverage that time. The team got lucky.
Fearless play from MP down low. Doesn't back off his shot and draws a foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
What this team loves about MP, he's got those humble roots, has worked for everything he's got in his career, giving his all here in Europe.
So he gets them both.
And so here's Nanterre.
9-point game. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock.
And Peltier with the slam.
Look at the 2 guard getting up there. Frankie Peltier showing off his hops.
Ahern outside.
To the inside.
Lamont. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ahern.
Hit the bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery into the lane.
And so we wrap up the first half.
Paris FC basket ahead.
They're up by 9. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Good to have you back with us for this matchup between Nanterre Elite and Paris FC Basket. The second half just getting underway. One thing we can be sure of, there will be plenty of scouts in the stands for all of these games.
Yeah, the French League is a hotbed for talent, and scouts from all over will be watching. There's a chance several of these players make the jump to a bigger club, or even, dare I say, the NBA.
Williams can't hit.
Now here's Peltier. He's covered by Ahern. Outside Chauvet. Marks.
Guarded by Williams.
Marks no good. Here's Paris.
Tries it from 9.
And it's Nanterre with the rebound.
He only got a finger to that shot in the block attempt.
That was just as effective as a block. It made him completely change his release point and caused the miss.
Yeah, it wasn't officially a block, but really it might as well have been.
Now here's Dumal. Ahern outside.
That 3 off the mark.
Here's Marchand.
The rebound by Zadirko.
Outside Dumal. Pass to Elich.
Zadirko.
Outside Dumal. Now Elich.
6 on the shot clock. Sinks a three-pointer.
And Bogey Elich might not be the player he once was, but he can still be a factor.
And the burst he used to have is replaced by his leadership on the floor. Much like his twin brother Lazar, who replaced in Madrid, Elich is a guy who has found success throughout the years and knows how to win.
Now here's Ahern.
Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. From past the arc.
Marchand with the rebound. Nanterre trailing here.
And the jam by Marks.
Showing just how explosive he can be. Marks with the hammer.
Ahern outside.
Outside Williams. Takes the 3.
That falls. Nice feed that time from Ahern.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed.
Outside Chauvet. Kicks it out to Marchand. Outside Marks.
Buries it from three-point range.
Knocking it down from outside. Great work by Marks, stretching out the floor.
Ahern outside.
Pass to Williams. From outside the arc. That miss puts him at 53% shooting tonight. 8 for 15.
Now Peltier. Now here's Lambert. Outside Chauvet.
Offline with the 3.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
For a guy that shoots it as well as he does, I'd say that is an easy look.
And it's Dumal missing. Now here's Marks.
Guarded closely.
Pass to Lambert. Chauvet.
For 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
A lot of bricks put up off his shots, and one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's guarded. Move the ball around.
And here's Ahern. Now Elich. Covered by Marchand.
Here's Williams. Connects on the 17-footer.
You have to admire how assertive MP is. Ready to shoot as soon as he gets it.
And so far we've seen MP getting the better of Lambert out there. Are you guys surprised?
Well, a lot of scouts came here to watch Lambert do his thing, but MP has been the star of the show so far. There's no denying that.
Now here's Lambert.
He's got 10.
And Terrelli again can't hit. MP on the wing.
Pulls it. Off target from the wing. The third quarter comes to a close.
FC basket ahead.
Up by 9. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter.
And we welcome you back to Paris. The two teams are all set as we get this full.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth.
It's Marks on the wing. Pass to Marchand. Here's Peltier. Marchand.
Shot clock at 5.
Outside Chauvet.
All sorts of time.
And Terrelli again can't hit. Dumal. Covered by Marchand.
Here's Zadirko.
That's good, and it's Dumont with the assist.
Watch out. If Siderko gets that jumper flowing, he's real tough to stop.
To the paint. To the wing on the left.
Screen by Lambert. Peltier outside.
Connects from three-point range.
That's a big bucket right there. Peltier knew his team needed one, and he stepped up.
Ahern outside.
And he can't answer back the three-pointer offline.
Outside Marks. Screen by Lambert. Marks no good. Harris with the lead. Here's Dumont from the arc. And Lambert pulls it down. Pass to Marks. Here's Chauvet.
Drops in the layup for two.
That's an important basket by Chauvet. It's exactly why he's got the belief and the trust of his ball club.
Now here's Dumont. Outside Elich. MP on the wing.
Three-pointer. No good that time. Down low.
Here's Marchand.
Yes, they get the go-ahead bucket.
Big-time bucket. Marchand coming through. Those are important points.
Pass to Ahern.
And here's Williams.
He's guarded by Peltier.
I don't know if he just ran out of gas or what, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. He's got to fuel up somehow.
Now here's Marks. Elich with it. Pass to Ahern.
Inside. Looking to end the drought. And it's going to be two free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Huge spot here for MP.
He sinks the clutch free throw. Can't knock it down, and they really needed that one.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty.
Showing some strength in the paint. Tough rebound.
Three-pointer Elich.
Oh, had a chance to win it right there, but couldn't get it to fall. Regulation has ended, and we are headed to overtime. And we'll be back with you shortly.
And we're back. We're ready to bring you overtime in what's been an exciting contest here in Paris. And here's Marchand. Here's Peltier. And Peltier with the slam.
Aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
What message?
I'm not sure. Just a message.
Get out of my way?
Yeah, maybe that.
How about the message is, I'm one of the best dunkers around, and I'm showing you why. Because that's how you send it. Two hands and down.
Now here's Marchand. Pass to Marks. Marchand. There up top. Good, and Marchand gets the assist.
Well, this is one of the reasons why these NBA scouts like Lambert, because he knows how to pick his spots offensively.
Here's Williams. Can't drop the tough three-pointer.
Pass to Marshall.
We're just over a minute into the overtime here.
Here's Peltier.
Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
That's a nice job getting it done inside by Peltier. You know, I'd like to see a little more of that from him.
Outside Williams.
Over Peltier. Marshall with the rebound.
That is such a low percentage shot.
Look, he's got to remember, he's got 4 teammates out there with him. He doesn't need to do it all by himself.
Pass
this
to
is
Raw.
a team game.
Yeah.
Harris trailing. Pass to Ahern. Outside Elitch. Right side Dumal. Shoots over Marshall. Harris FC basket with another miss. Peltier, guarded by Dumal. Outside Marks. Peltier outside.
5 on the clock. Takes the 3.
Harris grabs the miss. Left side Dumal.
Tries again. It's good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Now this is why Dave Zadirko is out there in the close moments. He's willing and able to step up and nail the big shots.
Now here's Lambert. Marks for 3. And Elitch pulls it down. Outside Dumal. Final buzzer sounds. It's going to be Nanterre Elite walking out of here with a nice road win.
Well, you could see the level of poise of this man.
So off the tip, it's Nanterre.
A lot of great talent on the floor in this one. But the big man has to be Benoit Lambert, really a guy that could play in the NBA one day.
Drops in the tray.
And Peltier is dangerous when he's shooting with confidence. Nice work rising and firing off the catch.
Now here's Williams. To the inside.
Elitch with the bucket. Well, we don't know if Lambert has any intention to head over the pond to play in the United States, but the skill is certainly there.
Well, he's so young, but already has a claim as one of the best shooters in all of Europe. Very easy release, can hit shots with a hand in his face. He's the star on this Nanterre team, and he's got a bright future.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
As MP continues to develop, he just becomes more consistent from deep.
Here's Chauvet.
And the layup's good off the glass.
And here we see the debut of MP, a guy who made his way over from Vermont in the United States.
Yeah, I'm real interested to watch MP. He's looking to try and carve out a path to becoming a professional player, either here in Europe or back in the NBA. His agent urged him to come to France and develop his game.
And Nanterre Elite with possession. Marks for 3.
Shot off that time.
Zadirko outside. Pass to Dumal.
And here's Williams. Shot clock at 6.
That one falls. Nice speed from Dumal.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Elitch comes with the double team. Now here's Peltier. Here's Chauvet.
A rebound by Williams.
And so many of the prospects here in France dream of representing Les Bleus on the international stage.
The French national team is as great as it's ever been. You look around this league, and the level of prospects here and going into the NBA is as strong as any nation.
That's a nice job getting it done inside by Peltier. You know, I'd like to see a little more of that from him.
Outside Dumont. Outside Elich. Back to Dumont. Over Peltier. And it's Nanterre with the rebound. Pass to Marchand.
One up, one down, and he makes his first shot of this game.
For Marchand, these high-percentage looks are so valuable. He can confidently convert on them.
Now here's Dumont.
He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
On left side.
Here's Williams. Can't cash in from the high post.
You know, one thing for a lot of these young players, it's the first time they're going up against grown men.
The level of strength is something you cannot prepare for. When you face off against players that do this for a living, it's a little bit different than in youth programs.
Now here's Williams. 6 points for him. Lets it go from deep.
And Lambert pulls it down. Nanterre leading.
And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
It'll be Nanterre elite off the tip.
And a lot of great talents on the floor in this one. But the big name has to be Benoit Lambert, really a guy that could play in the NBA one day.
Peltier outside.
The rebound by Zadirko.
Very close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Not a great habit to get into, letting him get that open.
Yeah, they got to tighten it up.
That's just sheer will from Dumont right there. Not allowing the physical coverage to deter him.
Well, we don't know if Lambert has any intention to head over the pond to play in the United States, but the skill is certainly there.
Well, he's so young, but already has a claim as one of the best shooters in all of Europe. Very easy release, can hit shots with a hand in his face. He's the star on this Nanterre team, and he's got a bright future.
Just 5 on the clock.
Pass to Elich. Here's Dumont. Rebound by Nanterre. With the steal. Fast break Paris. And here we see the debut of MP, a guy who made his way over from Vermont in the United States.
I'm real interested to watch MP. He's looking to try and carve out a path to becoming a professional player, either here in Europe or back in the NBA. His agent urged him to come to France and develop his game.
Timeout called Paris. Here's Peltier.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in this one. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
Oh, nice, great touch from Peltier.
Outside Dumont. Pass to Ahern.
Just 5 to shoot.
Elich, held by Marchand.
Parked down low that time and got hit with the 3-second call. And we're about 2 minutes into the first quarter.
You know, one thing for a lot of these young players, this is the first time they're going up against grown men.
The level of strength is something you cannot prepare for. When you face off against players that do this for a living, it's a little bit different than in youth programs.
Ahern on the wing. Dumont. That falls. Nice speed that time from Ahern.
Well, that's a quick.
Paris FC basket to start out.
And a lot of great talent on the floor in this one. But the big name has to be Benoit Lambert, really a guy that could play in the NBA one day.
Now here's Dumont. MP on the wing.
This one for three.
Marchand with the rebound. Outside Chauvet. Back to Lambert. Yes, and a nice assist from any intention to head over the pond to play in the United States, but the skill is certainly there.
Well, he's so young, but already has a claim as one of the best shooters in all of Europe. Very easy release, can hit shots with a hand in his face. He's the star on this Nanterre team, and he's got a bright future.
Now here's Illich. Back to Ahern. Kept alive.
Zadirko laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Well, defensively, you've got to get a body on Zadirko and box him out. He's a very large dude out there.
And so many of the prospects here in France dream of representing Les Bleus on the international stage.
The French national team is as great as it's ever been. You look around this league, and the level of prospects here and going into the NBA is as strong as any nation.
Well, hey, MP can make that shot, especially when you allow him time and space to get comfortable.
Pass to Lambert. Back to Chauvet.
5 to shoot. Fires the three.
Harris grabs the miss.
Outside.
Shoots over Peltier. It's rebounded by Marks.
Ill-advised shot selection right there.
I'll say that was lower than low percentage.
No chance. Well, something that's interesting, you kind of think about it, the fitness level of these players, the professional level, it's something else. You don't realize how demanding the game is until you're here.
Everything is faster, and you have to push your body to match it. For young guys like MP and these other prospects, that can be a very tough adjustment.
Now here's Williams. MP can't get that one to fall. Outside Chauvet. Marchand. Yes, and a nice assist from Chauvet.
A show of strength from Marchand, fighting through the contact with no problem at all.
He gets it in there.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and he'll have that ball there waiting.
Now here's Chauvet. Good chance here for Peltier.
No good on his first attempt of the game.
You know, one thing for a lot of these young players, this is the first time they're going up against grown men.
The level of strength is something you cannot prepare for. When you face off against players that do this for a living, it's a little bit different than in youth programs.
Now here's Chauvet.
Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points in the game.
For Marchand, these high percentage looks are so valuable. He can confidently convert on them.
Back to Zadirko. Ahern. Marks defending. Now to Ahern.
The tray.
Rebound by Nanterre.
And stolen by Zadirko. And the shot goes in.
Even against close coverage, Zadirko can be effective inside.
And here we see the debut of MP, a guy who made his way over from Vermont in the United States.
Yeah, I'm real interested to watch MP. He's looking to try and carve out a path to becoming a professional player, either here in Europe or back in the NBA. His agent urged him to come to France and develop his game.
Now here's Illich.
Clock at 6. Williams from long range.
That one falls. Nice feed from DeMol.
There from outside. And that does it for the first quarter.
Paris FC basket ahead.
They lead by 5. Stay with us as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this.
And welcome back as we get set to start the second quarter here. In Paris. Young players like MP joining this team, they're trying to find their role in the rotation.
It's not always easy, how to fit in here in Europe. It's a really high level of play. It's especially difficult for those like MP who come from overseas.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in.
Elchier outside.
To the middle.
And the basket by Girard.
Fed his teammate off the bounce there. Nice work.
And it's Paris with the ball. Here's Portier.
He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Monsieur, guarded by Lambert. Screened by Illich.
Great open look there.
Well, Paris needs Ahern's scoring from all over the floor. His three-point shooting can trigger their entire attack.
Got that one up quick.
And the coach of this Paris FC team, Wayne Graves, he worked his way through the ranks. He would spend some time as an assistant coach in the NBA before relocating to Europe.
No doubt. Graves is an American coach, and that shows up a bit in the sets he draws up. But at the end of the day, he's proved that he knows his X's and O's.
And that's an intentional foul.
Paris will get the first possession.
And a lot of great talent on the floor in this one. But the big name has to be Benoit Lambert, really a guy that could play in the NBA one day.
Cans it from downtown.
Well, for a guy like an MP trying to make a name for himself, hitting threes, they'll go a long way.
Elchier left side. Good, and Marchand gets the assist. Well, we don't know if Lambert has any intention to head over the pond to play in the United States, but the skill is certainly there.
Well, he's so young, but already has a claim as one of the best shooters in all of Europe. Very easy release, can hit shots with a hand in his face. He's the star on this Nanterre team, and he's got a bright future.
boy, the floor really opened up for him out there.
And that was not a good reaction from the defense.
Yeah, they looked real slow.
Pass to Elich.
They set the pick. Plenty of space.
It's rebounded by Marks.
You know, one thing for a lot of these young players, this is the first time they're going up against grown men.
The level of strength is something you cannot prepare for. When you face off against players that do this for a living, it's a little bit different than in youth programs.
Now here's Dumal. Pass to Elich. Here's Williams.
Three-pointer.
It's rebounded by Marks. Chauvet with it. He's picked up by Dumal. Outside Chauvet.
6 on the shot clock. And there's the 3-second violation.
And it's Paris with the ball.
They trail by 3.
Left side Dumal.
Well, he's deceptively dangerous out there. Pierre Dumont slips into spaces other players simply can't.
And here we see the debut of MP, a guy who made his way over from Vermont in the United States.
Yeah, I'm real interested to watch MP. He's looking to try and carve out a path to becoming a professional player, either here in Europe or back in the NBA. His agent urged him to come to France and develop his game.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Well, there's no doubt who's in control when Pierre Dumont is on the floor for Paris FC. There's a reason he's the captain.
Here in the first, with just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Goes up from the top of the key.
Offensive board. Peltier outside.
That's a miss. He's made one and missed one.
Paris trailing.
Now, something that's interesting, you kind of think about it, the fitness level of these players, the professional level, it's something else. You don't realize how demanding the game is until you're here.
Everything is faster, and you have to push your body to match it. For young guys like MP and these other prospects, that can be a very tough adjustment.
High post Lambert. Marks for 3. And Elich pulls it down. And it's... So Paris will get the first possession.
And a lot of great talent on the floor in this one. But the big name has to be Benoit Lambert, really a guy that could play in the NBA one day.
Williams gets the bucket.
Well, hey, MP can make that shot, especially when you allow him time and space to get comfortable. That pass led him so perfectly, he didn't even have to break stride.
Well, we don't know if Lambert has any intention to head over the pond to play in the United States, but the skill is certainly there.
Well, he's so young, but already has a claim as one of the best shooters in all of Europe. Very easy release, can hit shots with a hand in his face. He's the star on this Nanterre team, and he's got a bright future.
He's got so many tricks in his bag, he will find a way to hurt you.
Ahern outside.
To the paint, the 10-footer. Yep, that one goes.
Well, just about 250 pounds, the air coat can be a wrecking ball in close.
And here we see the debut of MP, a guy who made his way over from Vermont in the United States.
Yeah, I'm real interested to watch MP. He's looking to try and carve out a path to becoming a professional player, either here in Europe or back in the NBA. His agent urged him to come to France and develop his game.
Now here's Elich. Back to Dumal. That shot is good on the assist by Elich.
That's how you drill an answer triple. Dumas not messing around at all.
Outside Marks.
Right wing. Shot clock at 6.
Three-pointer Chauvet.
Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, out here in Europe, there are no shortage of sharpshooters. Chauvet showing off his long-range talent. Oh, Maestro. He is so good at making those lead passes.
First quarter ball, almost 2.5 minutes in.
You know, one thing for a lot of these young players, this is the first time they're going up against grown men.
The level of strength is something you cannot prepare for. When you face off against players that do this for a living, it's a little bit different than in youth programs.
To the middle.
Williams by Marchand.
Williams can't hit.
Marchand goes in. And Marchand with the stuff.
We talk about Olivier Marchand, when he gets going downhill, the big man can go right to the rim.
Pass to Williams. Over Peltier.
That's short off the rim.
Nanterre leading. Now Lambert.
Sadirko defending.
Marks no good. And it's Harris with the ball. Now here's Elich. Williams, guarded by Lambert.
There's the three. And Williams hits from deep.
Well, something that's interesting, you kind of think about, is the fitness level of these players at the professional level. It's something else. You don't realize how demanding the game is until you're here.
Everything is faster, and you have to push your body to match it. For young guys like MP and these other prospects, that can be a very tough adjustment.
And Nanterre lead with possession.
They trail by one.
Elich the block.
That's rim protection at its finest. Elich refusing to give up the easy basket.
Dumont with it.
Here's Williams. That's good on the jumper.
Look how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Outside Chauvet. Pass to Marchand.
6 to shoot.
Marks for three. And Elich pulls it down. Now Dumont.
The three-pointer off the mark. And so the first quarter comes to a close. Both teams scoring well, but it's all tied up. Let's take a quick break and
And welcome back as we get set to start the second quarter here. Nanterre trailing. And for the young players like NP joining this team, they're trying to find their role in the rotation.
It's not always easy. You know, how to fit in here in Europe. It's a really high level of play. And it's especially difficult for those like MP who come from overseas.
Inside. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there.
Well, for MP playing here in Europe, the goal is to get to the NBA. He wants to show GMs around the association what he's capable of.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And the coach of this Paris FC team, Lane Graves, he worked his way through the ranks. He would spend some time as an assistant coach in the NBA before relocating to Europe.
No doubt. Graves is an American coach, and that shows up a bit in the sets he draws up. But at the end of the day, he's proved that he knows his X's and O's.
From about 19 feet.
Rebound by Nanterre.
Would have been lucky to knock that shot down.
Yeah, his coach has a look on his face like, are you kidding me? It's not a good feeling.
Peltier outside. The rebound by Vasseur. It's Paris leading.
To the inside.
Illich, guarded by Lambert.
And here's the fast break. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Lambert's shooting isn't the only reason he's on NBA scouts' radar. His passing doesn't look too bad either.
Is on target.
And the lead goes right back over. What a seesaw battle we've got here.
Absolutely. This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can grab it. Somebody's got to take charge.
Let's see how it plays out. So the hang
game, and those displays of strength can really get a team rolling.
Yeah, look at the bench, just going crazy.
Yeah, they're going crazy, and these displays of strength, Blake, that you alluded to, can really put the other team on its heels, but we'll see.
Outside Chauvet. Lambert inside. Vasseur's there. Rejected by Vasseur.
And in this second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already.
Takes it out to Portier. Back to Williams.
Clock at 6.
That's good, and it's Portier with the assist.
Well, once MP gets going, it's like an avalanche. Just get out of the way, let him take over.
And it's Peltier on the wing.
Good on the three-point shot.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot.
Here's Portier.
He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
Pass to Williams. Shoots over Peltier. They get it back.
They're getting physical with the big man. The defense doing all they can to stop Zadirko.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Two shots.
That free throw, no good.
And Nanterre making a change here.
He hits a second from the line.
Marks with the ball. Guarded by Zadirko.
And that puts them in the lead.
And Peltier is dangerous when he's shooting with confidence. Nice work rising and firing off the catch.
Here's Williams. That one off the back iron and out.
And so here's Nanterre.
Now 8 seconds separating the two blocks.
Pass to Peltier. And here's Marchand.
Just 5 on the clock. Off the mark. His first miss of the game. 1 for 2. Here's Williams.
That one falls. Nice feed from DeMol.
That is some dime dropping. Exquisite assist.
So a tie game here as we finish the first half. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Good to have you back with us for this matchup between Nanterre Elite and Paris FC Basket. The second half just getting underway. One thing we can be sure of, there will be plenty of scouts in the stands for all of these games.
Yeah, the French League is a hotbed for talents, and scouts from all over will be watching. There's a chance several of these players make the jump to a bigger club, or even, dare I say, the NBA.
Here's Marchand.
Makes it off the glass.
For Marchand, these high percentage looks are so valuable. He can confidently convert on them.
Outside Dumont. Pass to Williams. Shoots over Peltier. Rebound by Nanterre. Marchand outside. Marks for 3. Nanterre gets it back. Outside Chauvet. Screen by Lambert.
Down low. 6 on the shot clock. Another shot. The rebound by Zadirko.
Pass to Dumont. Elic.
To the paint.
And stolen by Lambert. Marks for 3. Yes, and a nice assist from Chauvet.
Knocking it down from outside. Great work by Marks, stretching out the floor.
Paris trailing. Now Elic. Ahern outside. Nice shot by Elic. And Bogey Elic might not be the player he once was, but he can still be a factor.
When the burst he used to have is replaced by his leadership on the floor, much like his twin brother Lazar, who plays for Madrid, Elic is a guy who has found success throughout the years and knows how to win.
And Lambert pulls it down.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many chances like that from short range.
Here's Williams, and he makes good on the layup.
Athletic play from MP inside, getting around the traffic and finding a shot.
Outside Chauvet. Pass to Lambert. Peltier outside. And out of bounds, Paris will take it.
You gotta ask, where was he going with that pass? Awful turnover.
So both teams making some changes here. Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. Outside Williams. Here's Zadirko. And good work on the boards, and they pick up the second chance points.
Well, defensively, you got to get a body on Zadirko and box him out. He's a very large dude out there.
Marchand with it. Monsieur covering. Here's Peltier. Oh, Ahern, get that out. And So far, we've seen MB getting the better of Lambert out there. Are you surprised?
Well, a lot of scouts came here to watch Lambert do his thing, but MP has been the star of the show so far. There's no denying that.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Here's Girard. The lead pass was put in just the right spot to produce the layup.
Good look. He'll make that one most of the time.
Outside Vasseur. Back to Dumont. Pass to Vasseur.
Now Zadirko. Goes up on the wing.
And Paris tacks on 2 more.
Watch out. If Zadirko gets that jumper flowing, he's real tough to stop.
Out to the right wing.
Marchand outside. Girard. Good, and Marchand gets the assist.
Nice pass. He got that ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket.
Paris with the lead.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Back to Dumont. Zadirko left side. Pass to Dumont. Here's Williams. Over Peltier. It's rebounded by Marks.
And the foul on Zadirko. That is his first foul of the game.
There's Peltier.
1 second left. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. 3/4 of play and a close game here.
Paris FC basket ahead. Up 1.
And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments for our 4th quarter of basketball coming up next.
And we welcome you back to Paris. The 2 teams are all set as we get this 4th. Paris FC basket, all time.
We're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter in this one.
Nanterre in the lead. Marks with the ball. He's picked up by Dumont.
And Marchand.
The stuff.
Elevation. Marchand does that with the best of them.
To the inside. Here's Zadirko. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 in the game.
This is a great battle these teams are waging today.
It really is, and I'm getting the sense that this game could end up being decided by just 1 or 2 plays down the stretch, so buckle up.
Yeah, I certainly hope so.
Back to Chauvet.
From deep.
Harris grabs the miss. Pass to Dumont. Williams.
Now here's Zadirko. And he drops in the layup off glass.
That's a big moment. And the big man Zadirko took it head on.
Here's Lambert.
Zadirko defending.
Back to Peltier.
Score the bucket. He is 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
I mean, it's pretty simple at this point. They cannot afford to give him that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
Tries it from the top of the key.
And Lambert pulls it down.
Well, if the shot's not there for you, you've got to be the guy to recognize that.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset was there, but that was not a good shot. I don't care how you look at it.
And without a doubt, the star of this Nanterre elite team is Benoit Lambert. He can shoot the lights out, fellas.
And we've talked about Lambert's shooting, but he has a polish to his game that you rarely see from players this young. It's a big reason why scouts are so excited to see him develop.
Here's Dumont.
Lays it up and banks it in.
What a huge play by Dumas. That's what you hope for from your team captain. Winning plays.
Inside.
On there, inside.
It must have really thrown him